Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Today we will learn how to make this bracelet. I have one here. This was my original bracelet. It's been a couple of years, and as you can see, one of the tassel has gone away, but I still love this bracelet. It's very comfortable to wear, and I wanted to make one more like that. This one is not made with Chinese knotting cord, but this one is made with Chinese knotting cord, and I added some beads for added cuteness. I would say it's just some random blue bead mix that I used for this bracelet. Just to check that because this been for a long time with me, so just want to check if I can still make it. And it's really pretty, and I use just glass beads and seed beads in this project. You can use any kind of beads you want, and I wouldn't recommend, means if you use a thinner wire you can go ahead with 8 or seed beads or so, but this wire I don't think so 8 or seed beads will work. This is a 6 or seed bead mix which I really like. I want to make one bracelet out of it, and I have here some assortment of beads for focal. I don't know which one I'm going to use, but I want to try this. I really want to use this, but I don't know if will be too big for this project. So here I have about I would say for this entire thing you need about, excuse me, yeah, 30 centimeter of this Chinese knotting cord, 15 and 15, yes, about 32 centimeter of the Chinese knotting cord. I don't want to do less because I don't want to run out of cord, so I would take about this much of the Chinese knotting cord. Is 0.8 mm thickness, and then you need a lighter or a candle. As you guys know by now, that's the one thing I hate about macrame. I'm not good with lighters, so I use my tea light candle to actually burn the edges of my knotting cord. If you have it like this, it's easy to string. You can just snip this off, and the ends need to be like that. Oopsie daisy. Okay, this one is a little bit burnt. Okay, as for now I'm good. So we have our ends ready. Now we can start stringing our beads. The first thing I want to know is whether this will pass through this beads or not, which it does. So you can randomly thread in all your beads. I will thread in all my beads on my 2 strands and come back. Hi friends, welcome back. I have strung in all my beads. So we need approximately 6 centimeter on either side. And this one is our focal. So this is, yep, 6 centimeter, and then this is 6 centimeter. So we need our focal actually. So I tried these beads, but they weren't going inside 2.8 millimeter, and this one too. Only these ones and these ones went. So I just thought this pattern is good, so I threaded in. You can use any focal bead you want. You can use a flat one, you can use a round L like this, or anything that you have. a small one bead is also fine. In this I have used some elongated bead. It was just one single bead, that's about it. But you can use anything you want. And you can actually make this bracelet nicely. So I have threaded in two strands of 6 seed beads. Over here I have threaded both the strands inside this bead. It has a bigger hole, so it was accommodating both strands. So this one also has a bigger hole, so I put three here, and then I separated the strands and I string in 6 seed beads, and finally I string in two seed beads together just to connect the strands, just like that. So it there will be a small gap, but that's what the style is. So here you go, there is two strands, and here this end I haven't um, secured this end with our handy dandy tea light thingy, so I wasn't able to thread beads here. So just take one seed bead and I will put in uh, one side of the thread. Okay, and then I will put in the other side of the thread also inside the same bead. All you need to do is push this to the side just like that, and then thread in the other one. You can also use your pliers to get that one out. There we go. So both our strands are done. So this is what we have so far. So now what we are going to do is we are just going to adjust the length of this bracelet by just moving these beads a bit more, because we need these two to wrap. And so 6 centimeters here, 6 centimeters, totally 12 centimeter, and the center focal is 2 centimeters, so 14 centimeter we need. And then we should overlap these things, these four strands, and then take a 15 centimeter, not much, you just need 15 centimeter of 15 centimeter piece of Chinese knotting cord, or you can also use Ceylon, whichever you like, you can use those. And then just overlap these four strands like that, and then take this 15 centimeter and put it on, under all of the four strands, and tie a knot, just an overhand knot, right over left. Then just tie a knot. There we go. Now we are going to do macrame. So this is basic macrame, our P's and Q's. First is a Q. I put this like a 4, and I take my left thread, put it on top, and then go underneath all the strands, and then come back into that loop right here, and then tie a knot. When you tie a knot, just be careful that the strands should not be bunched up, that's all. Now let's do our P. Take the other strand, go through all this four strands, and then pull through. That's our basic macrame. Don't really make it very tight, because we need some adjustment, we need some leeway to pull this thread, so it's nice and easy. And so you don't have to make like extremely tight or so. So there we go. Just a couple of knots is enough. Measure your wrist. If your wrists are extremely teeny tiny, my wrist is 7.5 inches. So I need 14 centimeters of bead work and at least 1 centimeter of the knots, the macrame knots. So in your case, if it is less, then go ahead for a less number of beads, because you need 1 centimeter of this overlapping macrame knots. That measurement you cannot change, but you can change the number of beads that you add. That way you will be able to tighten it up and loosen it up and still have a leeway, just like that, as you can see. There we go. Couple of knots and then we are good to go. This can also be made in another way. In the next video, I'll let you guys know how to make this with a nylon cord and a Chinese knotting cord, so that we can add any number of beads that we want. We are not restricted to 6 or seed beads or the beads that fit in the Chinese knotting cord. Actually, there is a lot of cards which is coming on. There is micro seal-on, there is fine seal-on and seal-on that you can use for this project. So they are all can be used to do this bracelet, and I'm guessing this much is good enough. Just one more. There we go. Okay, we have started with that, so we'll end with this side. Actually, that's enough. And now all you need to do is snip off this excess thread, the one that we were knotting, and don't go very close, and take your lighter, or in my case tea light candle, and just melt this and make it rest. Let me show you. Just melt this and make it rest on the bead, on the knots. So there we go, it just melted, and then it's perfect. Now we have the knots ready. Now we have this 4 threads coming out of either side of our bracelet, and check whether you can adjust it or not. See, I can adjust. If I pull it, it becomes tight, and then if I pull this way, it becomes loose. Okay, now we need to do is we need to add beads. So here is our bracelet. We add one bead. You can add any bead you want. You can even add the bigger white bead, but I'm just choosing the small beads. The small beads kind of looks cuter for me. It's totally up to you though. So I'm just making a knot. Excuse my fingers, guys. It's an allergic reaction for with the new dish soap that I used. So I know it doesn't look good. So I'm just making an overhand knot at the end, just like that. Just focus a little bit more. So just an overhand knot, and then my bead is right here, and I'm doing the same with the next thread too. Just thread in a bead, just snip this off. Okay, thread in a bead and make a knot. This time you need to be careful with the knot. That was the shortest strand I had among the 4 strands. That's why I knotted that first, so that I can go ahead and knot the rest in the same towards the same distance as this knot. So I'm just making a knot where I want it to be. Okay, and now we have those two there, and in these two I will add a bead in each. And then make a knot. Before tightening the knot, just make sure that the knot is not as see how far it is. We don't want that. All you need to do is take a head pin or a wire or so, and then just move this ahead, just like that. If you pull this, this will come, and then just leave it there. It seems about right. Okay, and now pull the knot, and now do the same here, just an overhand knot. And then before pulling the knot, just make sure that it aligns with the other one. Okay, there we go. We don't have to be very exact per se, but a little bit exact would be nice. So don't cut it very short, just leave a little bit of a tail so that we can burn it and secure it. And then do the same with this too. This one we can secure it directly, I guess. So let's just take the lighter, in your case, my case, the tea light candle. I just melt this and just tuck it in like that. Melt this and just tuck it in like that. So it's secure. Our knots don't come apart. That's it. So now our bracelet is completely ready. There we go. So really nice bracelet. As you can see, you can just make it shorter or make it wider. It will fit at least for a like long range of wrist size. So this is an adjustable and it's completely easy bracelet with some beads that you already must be having in your stash. I hope you guys liked this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications. I upload video, at least a couple of videos every week. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, have a good day.